Bore da i gyd. Good morning to you all. I'm really proud and delighted to be able to be hosting you today, and what a fantastic turnout. It does Wales proud. And I know that each and every one of you has a vital contribution to make as the HSE embarks on helping have those conversations to get our new strategy for the health and safety system right. So in the few words that I'm going to say to you today, you might find some things that surprise you. You might find some things that provoke you, and that's good. We want to have that conversation because it's through understanding your experiences, your good news, what holds you back, that we're going to make that strategy better. We know you're busy people, and I think you will find that the programme today keeps you energised and alive, and we do hope you can stay for the whole thing. But we're in Wales. And you know, we're proud of Wales's history, its language, its culture, and despite the changes in the global economy, as so keenly felt by our steel industry this week, we draw strength from the skill base of our industrial workforce who, with employers, have a key role in shaping Britain's economy for the future. Wales is a place of opportunity and of renewal. Many emerging technologies, both from our traditional and developing industries, can be found here, and getting health and safety right is essential to help those businesses grow. Here in Wales, we take our responsibilities seriously, and that needs to include taking ownership of health and safety, especially for people and businesses that don't already. The health and safety system belongs to us all, not just the health and safety executive. And it does remain a challenge for us all. Some of you may know that just yesterday, a man died in an agricultural incident in North Wales. And it is a sad reminder of why we are here, and it is so important that we keep improving. Now, devolution has allowed us to create a Welsh way of doing things. For example, the Wellbeing of Future Generations Act. But we also benefit from strong, sound legislation across Great Britain, such as that for health and safety. And greater devolution is on its way, which we hope will give our country even more opportunities for sustainable growth. In a week in which we've heard that over 700 jobs are to go at Port Talbot, we can't lose sight of the need to continually find those opportunities. So that is the Welsh backdrop against which we approach the conversation about making Great Britain work well, and the new health and safety system strategy, which is being drawn up to help achieve it. As Selvin has said, similar events are being held right across Great Britain over the next 2 weeks. Please do encourage your colleagues to come along and join in those conversations. Our conversation and the health and safety success story dates all the way back to the Factories Act of 1833. And that success has created actually some problems as well as opportunities. To name a few problems, it's even more difficult to drive further improvement. And in the search for continuous improvement, there can be a temptation to go over the top and set disproportionate standards for our staff or our supply chain. The increased awareness of health and safety expectations in society, and certainly the media plays to this, has led to them being misused and abused, which damages health and safety's reputation. The immediacy of safety challenges has occasionally, often, detracted from effectively tackling health issues. So we're all of us in this room are part of that system that's developed over the last 40 years, and we can be rightly proud of our achievements to date. But we know we can make it even better, and doing that in a proportionate and sensible way is the challenge. Better does not mean always doing more. It's about identifying and managing real risks more smartly. Having the courage to say when doing less would be appropriate. For example, if risks are trivial or risk management is over the top. We need to act together to gain broader ownership and commitment. And that means we need to talk, to share ideas, and to find the courage to take some new directions. We need to broaden that membership of the health and safety system. And we need to identify potential synergies with policy agendas here in Wales and in Great Britain. Employers, workers, representatives, governments, and others are all part of the system, and we all need to think about our personal contribution. Together, we will develop and then deliver this new strategy, and that will help Great Britain, and Wales in particular, work well. I'd like you to have 3 thoughts in mind today as we go ahead. Does your personal contribution help or hinder others? Is ownership for health and safety in the right place in your organisation? And does it focus on the right things? What could you do personally differently to create an even better health and safety system for Great Britain? So there are certain aspects to our strategy that I now want to move on to. And you won't be surprised that the first of those is this ownership issue. This starts with you. You have an active part to play in implementing the strategy and then making it really come alive. You need to help us identify what are the most important challenges we all face and help us develop ways of taking that collective ownership. That includes taking a good hard look at whether our individual contributions help people and help businesses without causing unnecessary cost or inefficiency. We all care passionately about keeping people safe and well, but ownership is key to success. And I want to talk about health. And yes, we have achieved a lot in safety over the years, but there's so much more that can be done on health, and it needs to be. Britain's well-being and prosperity depend on better managing work-related ill health. Some 23 million working days are lost each year through work-related ill health. The annual costs to Britain of that, they're estimated at £9 billion, £9 billion a year. And that's in addition to the costs from ill health problems due to working conditions in the past. What about boosting Britain's businesses? We will only achieve better outcomes if businesses, particularly SMEs, get the right information at the right time. And then they take action simply and efficiently and easily. HSE has already simplified the stock of legislation and guidance, and that really is helping companies, but it isn't enough. We all need to help smaller companies focus on the right things and do the right in the right ways. We must banish the myth that health and safety equates to bureaucracy. We have a better story to tell than that. Businesses actually benefit from the productivity, innovation and growth that health and safety can bring. We've set out 6 themes in order to help focus these conversations, and these will help shape the content of the strategy and the level of our ambition. Once the strategy is published, it will also help us ensure we deliver on our promise. So the first of those 6 themes, not surprisingly given what I've already said, is promoting broader ownership of workplace health and safety. So what does it mean? Why is it important? How can it be achieved? It means engaging everyone who shares responsibility for helping Britain work well. Why? Because we all have a vital role in managing risk and preventing damage to individuals, businesses, and the economy. How can it be achieved? We want your help in devising the best ways. Ensuring that people feel ownership of the health and safety system is certainly part of it, and we need to find ways to demonstrate the benefits of showing commitment to people who haven't been fully engaged in the past. The second theme of the strategy is highlighting and tackling the burden of ill health, work-related ill health. Last year, there were an estimated 13,000 deaths from work-related lung disease and cancer, which reflects historical conditions and standards. 1.2 million people were suffering from a work-related illness. That's around 4% of Britain's entire workforce. And even then, 500,000 of those were new conditions that started during the year. Work-related ill health is a problem for every section of society. Solving it requires action right across business sectors. It ranges from the long latency hazards that can lead to cancer and other diseases to stress and musculoskeletal disorders. The drive must come from all those with a stake in keeping people fit and healthy at work. We want to hear your thoughts today about how ill health risks at work can be more effectively managed. The third theme is about small and medium-sized employers, about supporting them with straightforward advice that really helps them work well. As I've said, we've already done so much to support SMEs, including producing far more straightforward tools and advice. Yet this is one of the areas where significant challenges remain. Reaching SMEs is difficult, but it's not impossible. More players in the system need to step up to that winner's podium where the best large businesses and intermediaries are already gaining more efficient supply chains and productive relationships. They are doing this by pointing the SMEs they work with in the right direction. And that does not entail overcomplicated advice, unnecessary barriers, and costs to doing business. This naturally feeds into our fourth strategy theme of enabling productivity through proportionate risk management. Well-intentioned, but sometimes ill-informed advice to small, low-risk businesses needs to change. It can leave them thinking that the health and safety bogeyman, the insurers, and everyone else is waiting to pounce. That they need to have every conceivable risk, whether relevant or not, under lock and key and paperwork completed in triplicate. It's in all of our interest to avoid feeding perceptions that risk assessments mean excessive paperwork, or that risk management means managing all risks, however trivial or remote. It's costly, and it does inhibit that productivity, that innovation, and that growth. Managing the right risks, but in the wrong way, can be just as wasteful. And focusing on the wrong risks because they're easier and less challenging is another trap we do need to avoid. Health and safety professionals have a real role to play here. Helping a small company get it right in an efficient and effective way is good for you. It's as well as being good for your clients. So if you focus on getting the right outcomes for your client, it's more likely to mean that the company will grow and come back for advice as it reaches the next stage in its development. Looking to the future provides the fifth key theme, which is anticipating and tackling new health and safety challenges. This, once again, is for everyone in the system. It is an area where HSE has a particular role to play using its world-class leading research facilities. They are already being put to use to increase HSE's own efficiency in targeting, as well as in helping Great Britain and overseas improve health and safety and productivity. HSE's horizon scanning expertise will be used to the full, both by HSE and to assist governments as demographic, technological, and global economic changes affect the world of work. But your ideas on how we can keep track of trends and changes, as well as any particular challenges that you see on the horizon, could be invaluable for the new system. The final theme is sharing the benefits and successes of Great Britain's approach to health and safety. This is about sharing best practice at home and abroad, supporting higher standards of protection for workers in countries where improvement is needed. This, in addition, can help project British influence overseas and make it easier for British businesses to expand into new markets and new territories. If we can all come together to achieve these things and maintain those gains we've got in safety, it will help improve productivity and keep business costs down, as well as keeping our workers safe and well. Work should not make people ill. When it does, it is a cost borne by the individual, the family, the business, and many parts of the state. It is avoidable, and it is often inexcusable. The Health and Safety Executive will continue to take its responsibility as the prime mover in the system very seriously. We will continue to work with everybody here, our co-regulatory partners, colleagues from across governments, to ensure that our regulation is as simple and as effective as possible. We will also continue to leverage HSE's expertise to achieve improvements, such as the £21 million worth of savings to businesses that HSE's regulatory simplification brought over the last 5 years. Through today's other speakers and the discussions you have and the experiences you will share, I hope that you can deliver not only the best health and safety strategy in the world, but over the next 5 years, deliver on its promise. Today is just the beginning. It starts with you. Wales is a small country. Many of us know each other. And I hope that today's event will capitalise on that when it comes to sharing ideas and good practice. By contributing to the strategy, you are helping to build a safer, healthier, and more prosperous Great Britain. You are helping to protect lives, quality of life, and livelihoods. You are helping employers to innovate, be more productive, and grow. You are, in every sense of the word, helping Great Britain, and Wales in particular, to work well. Diolch. Thank you for listening.